This is One-on-One. There she is, Kayley Cassidy, teacher of the deaf at Ivy Nursery, Mountain Lakes Early Intervention Program. Good to see you, Kayley.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. Talk to folks about Ivy Nursery, exactly what you do, and as a teacher of the deaf, this whole early intervention initiative, why it's so important.
Well, the birth to 3 window, which is the age that children are in early intervention, is a critical language window. It's a window of opportunity. There's a lot of brain research that shows that there's neuroplasticity that only occurs during that point in life. That's why it's very difficult for adults to learn languages later in life, and children just seem to be sponges. They pick up on all that information. So our goal in early intervention is to educate the parents to be their children's best advocate and their best teachers in those early years. And at the Ivy Nursery, we've created a program for children with a hearing loss so that they can spend their day with professionals that understand the hearing loss, have been trained in using the technology, and just a really language-rich curriculum to get them off to a good start.
That's interesting. The Mountain Lakes Early Intervention Program. Explain the whole connection. Gail Dunlop Rubin and Dr. Laura McCurdy, founders of the Lake Drive Foundation. They actually won the Raspberry Award for Making a Difference in 2011.
Yes,
this is a whole area for them, and that's how I met them. Make the connection as to how they're connected to this initiative.
Okay. Laura and Gail founded the whole Lake Drive program and the Lake Drive Foundation, and even upon retirement, they've been huge assets to the program. So basically, the Lake Drive program has been around providing services for children preschool through high school, and we mainstream children into the Mountain Lakes public schools also. Right. And we had created the Mountain Lakes Early Intervention Program, has been around for a couple years, and Laura and Gail were instrumental in that as well. And the new baby was the Ivy Nursery program.
Which also won the award for Making a Difference as well.
Yes, it did. Recently we won the Program of the Year award from the New Jersey Speech and Hearing Association. We just got it this year. So
what makes it so special?
It's the only program of its kind in New Jersey. There are no other full-day early intervention programs for children with a hearing loss in New Jersey.
Why do you think that is?
Well, state funding doesn't cover the cost to run the program that we run and to provide the comprehensive services. We have teachers of the deaf, speech therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, a social worker, school psychologists, educational audiologists. We just have resources that state funding can't cover, and that's why the Lake Drive Foundation is so instrumental, because so much of the funding and what we're able to do is because of the generous donations that come through that foundation and what they've been able to put together.
But Kayley, children without hearing loss are also there.
Yes,
Explain that.
We have an inclusive model, so we have children with a hearing loss paired with children that do not have a hearing loss from the Mountain Lakes community. And like I said before, the Lake Drive program itself, preschool and above, they're part of the Mountain Lakes public school system. So I've had a lot of parents tell me, well, I know my child's going to be with children with a hearing loss all the way through high school because we live in a town where those children are integrated into our population. So why not start that great little community when they're 18 months old or 2 years old. And we also find that having hearing children in the classroom are great language models. You have a child that has a hearing loss, they get to hear a child that does not have a hearing loss developing typically, and we're finding that these children, hearing or with a hearing loss, are much more prepared for preschool than they were before. You would be so surprised if you walked in. They sit for snack, they line up, we have circle time, we sing songs, and they just are in these classroom routines, gaining independence, learning, talking, playing. It's amazing to watch what these little ones can do.
Kayley, just describe the interaction between the children with a hearing loss and those without. Describe what it's like.
Honestly, I don't see that much of a difference. I feel like when you walk in, it's like acceptance at its best. I feel like they've built their little classroom community, and they're all friends, and they just want to play with each other and learn together.
You don't see it?
No, I really don't.
That means they don't see it?
No, they don't. No, they don't. And I feel like it's the community we've built in the nursery program and with these kids. I just feel like we're all one big family. There's 2 classrooms. The kids from both classrooms interact with each other. Myself and the other teacher plan together. So it really is a great little group there.
When did you know that, first, that you wanted to be a teacher, and second, that you wanted to teach children who could not hear?
I would say When I was a student, I loved my teachers, and I think from the start, I can remember in 4th grade, I did a "What do you want to be when you grow up" poster, and it was a teacher. So I think that was kind of ingrained in me from a young age. And then I think just special populations have always been of interest to me. And when I saw the opportunity, I went to the College of New Jersey, and they had a 5-year master's program, and it was just so specialized. I felt like that population.
Excuse me, I'm teaching teacher who were.
With hearing loss. Mm-hmm.
You were drawn to that.
Yeah, I was. I don't really know how to explain it. It was just something that sounded really interesting to me, and I got hooked. So I love it. I love it.
What do you get out of it?
I mean, it's, especially with early intervention, it's really a family approach. So not only do I get to build a relationship with that child, but I build a relationship with the family.
How so? Explain that.
Well, in addition to the Ivy Nursery program, we do home-based visits also. So once a week or twice a month, I'll go see a family in their home. So they're inviting me into their home. I'm down on the floor. I'm playing with their children, showing them how to integrate strategies into their routines. And it's, I mean, I'm spending an hour a week in someone's home with them and their child. I don't know how much more intimate you can get. You build a relationship. And
do you think that's typical for your colleagues to do as well?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, everyone on the team provides home-based services, and I think they would all say that that's one special connection that you make. And the great thing is, then we see them, the parallels, because we see them at home when they're maybe 3 or 4 months old. We watch them grow, and at 18 months, when they're ready for the Ivy Nursery, we open up that door for them, and they come and they start learning social learning, things that can't be learned in the home. And you see the parents transition. You gain that trust, and you build that relationship with them, and then you watch them grow, and then you get to see them. You know, I've talked to one early intervention provider. She's now a preschool teacher, and how much she loves watching them now as they're 4, 5, 6, 7. When she was in early intervention and had them as babies, and see how much they're talking now, how much they're growing. It's amazing to see what they can do when they get off to the right start.
My team, I'm sure, is tired of me asking this. 1 to 10, how much you love what you do?
Oh, 25, 100.
There
I
it
don't know
is.
if the scale's high
You proved my
enough, so.
point. Thank you very much.
Thank
Keep
you
doing
so
what
much.
we're doing.
Thank you.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Wells Fargo, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, the New Jersey Education Association, New Jersey Council of County Colleges, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, PSE&G, and by Verizon Communications. Promotional support provided by The Star Ledger and NJ.com, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.